boys and girls, we're going to start another game on the Sapling today. I've got an idea. I'm going to do it's going to be a 250-year run, so we're not going to run 500 because we know how this thing acts. When it gets like that, it has a tendency to want to crash out. Now, realize the developer's working on it, so that's perfectly expected. We're going to set this up on islands. I think I'm going to make a whole world full of nothing but frogs. Let's just see what happens. So, first thing we got to do, let's make some algae. So let's drop this down. It says the wrong color for the planet, so let's see what color they're expecting. They want their algae to be kind of a reddish orange. So we will drop that into place. Put quite a few of these, and then I'll have to turn on mutations. Even though honestly, turning on mutations is proof. The very fact that nothing seems of any import seems to come from the random mutations is kind of proof that you need a guiding hand for it. It's the reason I'm an old Earth creationist. Because I do believe that the book of Genesis was literally a process. Now, and I'm dropping plants everywhere. And that's, so we're expecting some stuff to die. And that's perfectly expected. Let's see what our plants look like now. Let's shrink this guy down. It says it's the wrong color, so let's go see what color they're wanting today. Okay, so everything is orange. So let's put that, and I'm going to put one little leaf on it because I want to keep it as basic as possible to begin with. And it tells me that we cannot plant these because it's too basic. So, let's go back. Remove this. Let's grab us a better leaf. Let's see if this one works. Nope. So go try it again. Okay. Let's go over here, grab this one. Kind of a club moss looking thing. Alright, now we got somewhere. So we're going to plant a few of these dudes here and there. Okay, let's just kind of scatter them here. Okay, let's get past the clouds here. Now, let's see if we can build a whole race of frogs. I'm not even sure it's possible, but we're going to try it. Alright, now let's go create some animals. And like I said, we're going to let it run for about 250 years. Alright, first things first, let's give them enough segments to make this possible. Now, frogs have no teeth, so we're going to do that. Let's give him big old green frog eyes. Now, let's go up here towards limbs. There we go. Limbs, please. There we go. So, let's go to frog legs. Which are, by the way, delicious. Just saying. If it let me have the frog legs, it would be nice. There we go. And there's our frog-looking thing. Frogs are air breathers, so let's give him a proper air breather nose. It says here that frogs are air breathers. So we gotta find us an air breather nose. So it's gonna have to be. Let's see. Those are plant eaters. Those are bird beaks. That ain't gonna be useful. That's a plant eater beak. That's a nectar. And I really don't want to give them teeth, but... And I'm not even sure what this is. It's like a blowhole. Weird. But, whoa. I don't think that's going to work. I don't want to build Nightmare Frog, but I guess we'll have to go with something, so. We're going to make a Nightmare Frog. Do that. Let's go over here. I want his skin to be kind of speckledy. Now, let's turn him green. Now, we've made us a frog. It's an ugly frog. It's a scary frog. But let's put him in the water and see what happens now. My bet is that the frogs die out because the only things left to eat is each other, so it means I probably should add some fish or something to keep them fed because I did make them carnivores. So we're going to make his head just a little bit bigger. Let's give him a very basic fin. I don't want to make it too hard on my frogs. Whoop. Okay, no. Okay. Hang on. Spin him around. No. No. Quit running off with my feet. There you go. I give him a couple of legs here. I'm not going to make him too powerful because I don't want him to be too powerful. He don't need two mouths. Thank you. Now, we're going to give him some basic eyes on the side of his head. Now, traits. We're going to come over here. Give him that. We're going to make him kind of a, not a green. Let's make him purple. Now, put a lot of these, a lot more than the frogs, because the frogs are meat eaters, so we're going to have to make some. I'm going to see what happens now. We have two different types of organisms. Now, we have a species of fish, and we have a species of frog. Now, let's let the games begin. Let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, let's see. Pause it a minute. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. Alright. One of the frogs has already gone primitive again. The fish have evolved into a bunch of different forms. Alright, let's look at our plants in the meantime. We've still got 2 species of plants left, but it's rudimentary. 4 species of algae. Now, remember this is a 250-year run, so let's see what we come up with. Alright, we'll stop it again. Let's pause it and look. Still have our frog. Got some odd-looking fish. Got a more frog species. Let's see if any of these look different. So far, no. Alright, go up to 75 years now. Pause it again. Let's see, so the frogs are doing well. They've got an aquatic species, a fully aquatic species. One species went extinct, one of the fish. Okay, now let's see about our plants now. Still have 2 species of plants, and the algae have actually diversified. Okay, one of the frogs came ashore and died for some change. Something is driving them on shore. That's interesting. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got 2 extinct species. Got 1 species of fish that looks like it's trying to go ashore. Let's see what we get now. 125 years is our next benchmark. There it is. Let's see what we got. See if our plants are doing anything. Nope, plants are still at 2. They're not evolving, and I think the reason is there's nothing up there to interfere with them. Let's see what we got here. We got a couple of odd-looking frogs. Got a weird-looking fish that went extinct. Now, let's keep going. To another 150. There it is. Now let's look for algae. We've got a lot of different breeds of algae. still only have two species of plant, the Milron and the greater Milron. Let's see, we got the original frog species, we got the strange fish, a couple of strange ones. That was got an eye in the middle of its body. Don't know how that's a good adaptation. Let's see, a couple of frogs, but nothing really odd. They all look just more or less like they're the same sort of creature. Whoa! Check out that thing. Let's click on that for a minute. Let's get a good look at this. Okay. Holy nightmare fuel. Check this out. I wish I could get that as a thumbnail, but what are you gonna do? Let's see, it should come back here in a second. There it is. Let's let it go again. Let's see here. 175 years is our next benchmark, and there it is. Let's see what we got now. Okay, we got another walking fish. The frogs are pretty well staying in their current form, other than the one variety that went back to the water. Let's see. Almost to the 200-year mark. Let's see what we got. Okay. Still got the frogs. Got some strange looking fish. That weird nightmare thingy went out. Okay, that one's scary looking. That one. Ugh. There's a blind one. That's weird. Another extinct frog. And another extinct fish. Now let's take a look and see what we got here. Okay, still only got the two types of plant. Look at the algae. The algae seems to be expanding. Alright. I think the plants aren't going anywhere simply because of the fact that there's nothing on shore. Okay, one of the plant species died out. Okay, let's check it. 25 years. You know, so I'm paying a little more attention to the animal life. But I'm kind of curious. Okay, we got another weird frog. That one's went almost blind. It's a bit odd. Let's check our plants. Okay, we've actually started. Apparently this one had to die in order for these two to actually start picking back up. Alright. Here we go. We're almost to that 250 mark. There it is. Let's see what we got now for the final toll. We got several varieties of algae, some of which have gone extinct, some have not. But it has expanded a bit. It has expanded its still two types of plants, and I think that's mostly because there's nothing in the environment to feed on them. We got this really odd-looking frog thing with the 4 rudimentaries. We got the original species, which seems to be quite successful. The fish. Got one extinct species that really doesn't look much different than the original. This one here that doesn't look much different. Let's click on that for a minute. Yeah, well, it has developed scales. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what we got here. We're ending the experiment, but let's see what all the different weird varieties we got are. Okay, got another extinct one. We've got a fish that's trying to develop legs. Okay. Nightmare fuel for fish with the red eyes. Thing with almost no. There's a weird one too. Now we got another semi-aquatic, or another purely aquatic frog. And then you've got this thing that's trying to go blind. Another aquatic amphibian. This thing which changed color completely. It looks like some sort of lungfish thing. And you've got this. So let's take a close look. And there's our frogs. Just don't see anything really cool. There's one of those weird amphibious things. There's one of those weird fish. You can kind of let's take a good look at this guy up close. Okay, so he's really just done nothing but atrophied his legs in favor of these kind of a crude flipper. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that for the for the world of frogs here. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, and God bless.